we're meant to shine. We're built-minded guys. Think. What's going on, everyone? My name is Patrick Poole. It's been a little bit since I recorded my last video. Welcome to Pat Talk. As you can see, I'm in my house right now. Just to talk about myself, I'm a general manager. Outside of this, I decided to, about a month and a half ago, to start recording videos, to start giving out value to you guys and give you guys some information that might be able to help you guys out in your future endeavors or wherever you want to do. So, not going to take too much time in the intro because you guys can go back and look at my other videos. But today, this is another topic that I want to talk about. It's bringing the best out of you. And I love this topic because without my desire to become a better version of myself, I wouldn't be doing this for the sole purpose that there is something bigger than what I thought I was gonna do, that I thought I was gonna do growing up. This is a whole movement for me. This is a chance for me to really express, based off of the values that I've learned about leadership and becoming who you are and taking ownership, how I can give back to people. And that's why I do these videos. But I really like this topic because it really talks about, how do you harness yourself to become a better version of yourself every single day. And that's what we're excited about tonight. And that's why I got some things we're going to talk about, breaking down and then bringing the best out of you and move on from there. So I think the best thing to do when you're trying to figure out how to bring the best out of you is you have to figure out, what do you desire? I'm reading a book called Think and Grow Rich right now. It's a really powerful book. It teaches you how do you get exactly what you want, because you see a lot of times in society, and this is just the way that it is, we are fed information. And most of us, we just go ahead and do it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But is that something that you actually want to do? You see, you have the power to dissect information and figure out, okay, do I want 75% of this information, or do I want only 25% of this information? Do I want to take any of the information at all? You have the power to control what you bring in, and what you push out, because the brain is a powerful tool. And people know how to weaponize it as well, as much as they know that it needs to be nurtured and hopefully taught with the right information, as we are human beings. So, a lot of people today, and not just a lot of people, I mean, it's just people in general, or some people that struggle with this, they're trying to figure out what exactly they want. And to the ones that I might be speaking to about the ones that don't know what they want, I've been there before. At the end of the day, when it comes to figuring out what you want, you really have to dig deep down. It's like, what is something to where I've thought about this idea more than a couple times? If you've thought about something more than a couple times, and it's something that you can either get paid for, you can use as a skill or a service, or you can do something that betters somebody else, it's probably something that you should be going into, because it's something that can, in return, help you bring some sort of living out of it. And that's really for my people out there that are really trying to figure out, what exactly it is that they want in the first place. Because there are, especially in the age of digital and social media, there are so many different avenues for you as a person to make money. And that is one of the reasons why, starting from the ground level, you really just have to think about, what is something that I think about 8, 10, 20, 100 times a day. Then once you do that, you do your own research and you figure out, who has that ability? Because here's the thing: now you're on a roll. See, one thing that people misconceptualize is the people that are heading in the right direction, the people that are doing successful, they know how to move. Their ideas flow. So what I'm saying, they take an idea, they flow it out, they find a connection, they get that information, and then they go and make it their own, and then go and do good in society, or do whatever they want in society. And that's the power of it. With the technology that you have, are you using Instagram to, go better yourself? Are you using Snapchat just to use Snapchat? Or are you using it to, to talk to really important people? We all have, there are all certain dynamics that are out there, and we choose at the end of the day, what do we want? What do we really desire? Do you desire looking at a 5 second TikTok about someone, dancing, or do you value a 5 second TikTok about someone that's bringing out information? No, these are the things that you have to think about in terms of figuring out, what do I desire? What do I truly want to do? Because the ones that use information to better themselves are the ones that are going to be the most successful. Again, there is nothing wrong with, using TikTok to look at videos and stuff and have fun and have entertainment. But when it comes to the soul nitty gritty of what you want, you have to use every available resource to your advantage. Because when you do that and you formulate that into your own self, everyone sees it. Because now, we're humans, we're all unique. When you put that value together for yourself and then you put it out to society, people are gonna watch you. People want to. I take valuable information from anyone that has a solid foundation, knows what they're talking about, and is moving the way that I want to. So if you have an idea that you want to give out to somebody, then why not go out there and give it? Why not go out there and make a course out of it? Now you're making money that way. Or why not do a podcast? Or why not go live on Instagram, Facebook, create content? That's the things that you can do. Like, we're in such a revolution where you can talk to someone in Poland. There are so many things you can do to not only brings value to yourself, but can bring value to other people. And when you put that desire or that foot forward and take immediate and massive action, shout out to Grant Cardone for talking about that, you will get the things that you want. And not only will you get the things that you want, but it will bring the best out of you, because you had to grow. You had to research, you had to find, you had to network, you had to connect, you had to go through the no's and the yeses. I'm talking about sales, but sales is also another thing where it's great because it talks about how your performance pays for yourself. So if you're lazy, you're not going to get paid well. But if you aren't lazy, you're going to get paid well. Things like that. It's all about value. The game is about value. The game in life is about value. The more value you provide, the more money you make. And I'll talk about ways you can make money in a different video, but that's how it has to work. That's how society functions. The ones that are making the most money, the ones that are doing the most effort, those are the ones that are getting rewarded and reap the benefits of it. Now what you do with that, I can't tell you what to do with that, but hopefully you're doing something good if you're in a position of influence and in a position of power. Because it's all about what you desire for first. The second thing that you got to talk about when it comes to bringing the best out of you is you have to bring the strength. You have to form the strength. What do I mean by that? Plan. You've probably seen the picture of your plan, and then I believe in God. I got my faith in Him. But anyway, there was a picture of His plan, and plans are tough because we're human. We make mistakes, and things happen. So when you go through your journey or what you desire, you're gonna see, the rocks. You're gonna see the ups and downs. You're gonna feel like sometimes you're at rock bottom. You're gonna have the things at your job that's gonna stress you out. But especially when you're especially at whatever you're at, especially your job or something, that's going to happen. We're human. We make mistakes. Things happen. There are things that are out of our control. Everyone has something that they got to go through. They got things that they got at home. They got their own issues, their own problems. So for me to be mad at someone because they're going through this, well, you know what? They got to deal with that on their own. They got to deal with whatever issues, whatever things that they're still dealing with. So why not just be like, okay, you know what? It is what it is, but I got to keep going, right? You have to keep the focus on you. You have to form that strength. You have to form that discipline. You have to form that consistency that I talked about in my other videos. You have to form that, because if you can't form that, then whenever you decide to take that step forward, you're going to step back and you're going to be like, oh no, it's too hard now. No, it's not too hard. That's just the way that it is. That's how it goes. Whenever you do something new, you have to elevate. And I also mentioned that in my other video about levels. Every new journey, every new venture, every new step toward what you want, what you want is going to require you to level up. It's going to require you to learn. It's going to require you to think outside the box, to believe in something bigger than yourself, because it's very easy to quit nowadays. It's very easy to say, oh, I don't want to try that after you've already tried it for one day. Guys, Rome was not built in one day. It takes time to build things, especially of what you desire, because you gotta think about this into an importance of value. If you don't value something, that's gonna be gone after a couple days or a couple weeks. Why? Because there's no use for it. There's no use for you. There's no use for you going out with your buddies and stuff if they're not helping you elevate. There's no use for you having that toy, that PlayStation, if it's not providing you value. Now, if it's providing you value, that's great. There's no use for you working that job if it's not providing you any value. There's no use for you taking that course in school if it's not providing you any value. See, the only way that you're going to elevate in life is you have to become something of value. You have to do something of value. You have to go find the information, which in return is going to give you value. Once you get to that level, guys, it is done. All you gotta do is be consistent and adjust to how you're gonna keep moving. That's the play. And when you really can't figure that out until you go into your journey of what you desire, because everyone's path is different. I'm gonna keep posting more videos and stuff, but I can mentor you, I can coach you, I can show you, but at the end of the day, I can't tell you exactly on the way that you need to operate to get things done. That's something that you have to go through, whatever journey or something that you're trying to get to the next level. And then when you're ready to bring the best out of you, when you're ready to take that leap in whatever job or whatever schooling or whatever class or whatever you're doing, marriage, having kids, whatever, go and don't look back. A lot of us, we're still held on to what happened in the past. We're still held on to, X, Y, and Z that happened 5, 6, 7 years ago. And the one thing that I'll tell you guys is that it doesn't matter what happened 5, 6, 7 years ago. Not saying, again, let me reiterate, not saying that what has happened to you is bad or truthful or great. I mean, there are some things that I've never been through. There are some things that people have been through, which are, that I hope that you guys are okay. Or if you've been through some of the best moments ever, hey, you know what? I wish I was at your level, something like that. I'm not saying that the past is not important, but in order for you to bring the best out of you, you cannot be boggled down by the past, good or bad, because there is still a whole world for you to live. There's still another 24 hours, a bunch of minutes, billions of seconds that you have to live and that you have to make worth it. Because I'll give you an example. It's like a deer in headlights. When a deer is distracted, when you are distracted by things that are not important, what happens? Bam. I'm not saying it happens to everyone, but something that you don't want to happen or you might not be anticipating for happens. And that's life in general. But what I'm trying to say is when you're distracted by things that you can't control, it's not going to put you in that position to keep moving forward. And that's the reason why I believe that when it's time to bring the best out of you, every decision that you make, you have to make that decision and you have to go for it. You have to make that decision and you have to live with it. You have to make that decision. You can always adjust you can adjust if it's right for you. Again, not what is right for somebody else. It has to be right for you. But once you adjust or once you figured out that, okay, I still got to keep going, you can't look back. At my job, I've made mistakes. In my life, I've made mistakes. At the end of the day, we all make mistakes. And if someone's hating on you because you made a mistake, they're lying to themselves as well because they've made their own mistakes. Like, who cares? So that's the basis behind, when it's time to go. When that light turns to green, go. When it's time for you to go do that presentation, go. When it's time for you to graduate college, go. When it's time for you to start school, go. When it's time for you to wake up in the morning, go. Don't sleep. Don't snooze. Because you're wasting chances of you to go out there and be something successful. If you snooze for 10 minutes, that's 10 minutes you could have gotten ready to go to work. When you miss that class, that's an hour and a half of information that you just missed that could have helped you out for that test. When you decide to go party instead of study, well, you just missed that time that you could have been studying to get that grade so you can hit the next level. When you decide that you're not going to go to the gym today, that's a six-pack that you're missing on. That's your dream body that you're missing on. You can't be afraid of missing out on things as well. When you make that decision to do something, go and don't look back. Don't get distracted. Because when you get distracted, you have to adjust. And can you make it back to where you need to go? I hope you do. I pray that or I hope that you guys get to that level to where you can adjust and all that. But in the beginning, you have to take an immense amount of discipline and whatever you're trying to do to where you can live a happy and fulfilled life, because that's what it's about. And whatever you're doing, and that's the goal of everything. So with that being said, guys, I'm not going to take too much more of your time. I'm happy to get back on the camera. It's been a little bit. I'll have some more videos coming soon. But just to recap, bringing the best out of you. What do you desire? Form the strength to do it. Go out and don't look back. And then you have to adjust along the way. You do these things, guys, you're going to be set up for success in whatever venture, schooling, business, occupation, whatever you're doing that you truly love and desire. So with that being said, I forgot to mention in the video, go subscribe and follow my social media tags. If you have any questions, you can let me know off of them. And I'll have some more videos out coming soon once I get some things adjusted. And I'll see you guys on the next one.